Today is Friday, May the 21st, 2021. This is Speak On It. My name is Malik. You can see at the bottom, Ritual Current Team. That's the nonprofit that we are here with. We also help out at the West Side Hand Opioid Task Force Media Outreach Program. So we will get to some pictures and some information as they come up. I'm not going to try to follow this to the level as it relates to what's on this sheet of paper, because to try to do that would have Omari running around all over the place. And I understand and I've learned that he have to scrub these pieces that you see to get the advertising out, because this is a nonprofit operation, KNTV. So it's going to look like it's got a lot in it. Some of it might not look like it connects, but it does. Your brain is like a sponge. It'll find its place to be absorbed. I say that. I can say that. Problem with a lot of folks is that folks just assume that everybody know everything that you're thinking. I know a little bit of what you're thinking because I think like a lot of you all, because I am a traditional Negro. But I've been contaminated with this so-called Afro-African black, not with none of that damn people of color though. Even when I was a youngster growing up under Jim Crow, I knew that colors only and all that. I wasn't feeling none of that, but I understood it and I felt it on a level of being disrespected. So to hear a bunch of new generations talking about people of color, you damn fool. And that brings us to the opening here. Commentary, and I ain't gonna get too crazy because I ain't talking about her. I ain't talking about no particular person, but I'm talking about the insult that politicians do to the voters, to the public, thinking that we are stupid. You understand? They think that they can use semantics, euphemism, and make up terms, and we just nod right through it. And they right for the most part, because Negroes just nod right through it. But I've said it before and I say it again. A politician is one of the most interesting positions in society, because everybody don't need to be a politician, can't be a politician. But a politician should follow certain steps. You should have to work yourself up the ladder to be a politician. I don't care how much charisma you got. I don't care how much ability you have to play on people's emotions and drop crocodile tears and shit. Nobody care. You need to be able to go from a precinct captain, and I'm just using that to start, up the ladder. You do. Then, back in the day, you might have become a committeeman, an alderman, something. But to just say, I want to run and be this because I can do better than that. And that's our problem. We got all these creatures in these positions because they say. And because we just so damn lazy, we accept what they say. Here we are in Chicago, going into the second term of the mayoral thing. You know what I'm saying? And here we are. But we had an election a couple of years ago where you had damn near 24, most of them Negro, running against each other. But one or two of them politicians. And that was LaShawn Ford, would have been a good choice. Politician. And he proves every day that he's worthy and qualified to be a politician. You understand? And then you had Commissioner, President Franklin, but you was mad because she didn't want you to get fat, drinking all that sugar and getting sugar diabetes. You couldn't get past that. And she had been there. And she was a black woman from the old school. That was the alderman for so many years. School teacher. But she was a politician. You didn't want her. You couldn't hear nothing. But when one of the newspapers told you somebody that was not a politician should be your pick, that's what it became it. But it's not because you voted for it, but because another special interest voted for it. That voted in higher numbers than you. But you wasted your vote playing games. And now look at you. And now they're getting ready to run again. So the kickoff, the ball is rolling or flying in the air. So they're positioning themselves playing games. And no, I am not talking about Mayor Lightfoot specifically, but I am talking about the mentality of the electorate and the politician. The politician's supposed to be a very shrewd, qualified liar. They do. Because that's what they have to do. Because they have to be a person of questionable character. Because they know they got to compromise. They got to negotiate. And sometimes they have to do that against their own principles. So that person has to be a well-seasoned person, not no one for OJT, but we even elect people to be presidents of the United States, and they ain't got nothing but a lie. I was a community organizer. Bitch, get out of here. You was some little sucker running around in the street, and now you claim you were the greatest thing in the world, and you made him president. And he wasn't even a Negro. And I don't give a damn if you don't like what I'm saying or how I'm saying it. I said that. Community organizer, okay? What change did you bring about for the total or majority of the Negro community other than finding a couple of parakeets? Huh? And when you got there, you didn't even feed them. You opened the gate so they could fly away because you pushed them out. Negro, wake up. And like I said, I do not care what you feel about what I'm saying. The election is finna kick off. The midterm is coming up. And you sitting here continuing to be deceived by people that just want to be God. They got these egos so big that they think they can fly like an eagle. No, you ain't nothing but a chi-chi bird. Feel me? Play that piece, Amari.
Lightfoot has made equity and inclusion a major focus of her first 2 years in office, and in deciding to take aim at the media, she said she has been struck by the, quote, overwhelming whiteness and maleness of Chicago media outlets from the boardroom to the press room. In a 2-page letter to members of the media, she wrote, "It is impossible for this glaring lack of diversity not to be reflected in the daily coverage of government, politics, and city life every single day."
She makes a really great case about diversity and the lack of diversity, but she doesn't make the case about what's wrong with the way she's being covered. She says that she implies that she's being covered unfairly, that there's implicit or explicit bias, but she never makes the case for how that plays out in the media.
Northwestern University journalism professor Ava Greenwell has written a book about the diversity issues in newsrooms, which go back decades.
When we're looking at the Black Lives Matter movement and inequity in all these other places, the news media has no choice but also to look at itself in this situation and see, is it doing the best job it can to actually fostering equity across the board?
But former ABC7 political reporter Charles Thomas, who covered City Hall for nearly 10 years, sees the mayor's move as an attempt to distract from other, more important issues.
Is the crisis diversity or is the crisis crime? I would suggest to you that a bigger crisis is crime. A bigger crisis is city finances. A bigger crisis is public education in a city where the schools, the public schools, have been closed for a year and a semester.
The mayor also issuing a challenge to newsrooms to hire more reporters of color to cover City Hall. The president of the Chicago chapter of the National Association of Black Journalists sees the letter as no big deal because diversity in newsrooms is something they've been fighting for years.
Yes, it's a great public relations move at her 2-year mark. But it will not mean that Mayor Lightfoot does not have to answer for her deficiencies, her weaknesses, as well as her accomplishment. over these past 2 years.
Well, I don't know. I can't hear it, so I guess you can't either, because the camera is back on me. But you get the flavor. Now, let me say this. I went to the dictionary, although I thought I knew what I was thinking. And I did. And I looked at the word diversity. That's what it means. A little of this, a little of that. But in the reality of Negroes, it's always more them than us. Diversity means you divide, you dilute whatever the Negro got. And then they come over the word talking about inclusion. But what that means, you include everybody so you can exclude the Negro. So this particular whatever that was she had, that was a clear form of disrespect. It was. Because, and there's a piece there, but it's so far out of the order. It should have been on number one, but I don't want Amari to be trying to find it. Where they had a shootout Sunday, over there on the west side, which showed where Chicago is, really is, at this point of that conversation she had with the news people. Yeah. Where a dude in one of them vacant lots, about 8 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock in the morning, and police got in a shootout. That's what's happening in Chicago more often than the need for diversity. Where people just shooting, just killing, so nobody feels safe. That's what's happening. So I agree with the people that was talking. And I salute the people that was talking because they made it clear. Ain't nobody buying that. Don't come here with that elementary game. See, a lot I'm not going to say because truly, I don't want to be slamming on the mayor of no personality. Because I don't like to do that. And sometimes it sounds like that. But I don't like to deal with personalities. I like to deal with principles. Yeah, we're going to show you this in just a second. Because that's, thank you, Amari. He found exactly what I was talking about. Now, let me tell y'all something. Look, let me tell you. This video you finna see right now will go to what the person, the brother that used to be, well, anyhow, you heard it. Show this, Amari. This is ground root, uncensored, uncut life in Chicago. Oh, not that one, the other one where they shooting in that vacant lot. This is good, but we'll get to this later. This is where somebody's showing some hope. But while he's finding that piece there, when I look at it from here, it look like the same thing. That piece I'm talking about is sort of down there, but it was dude talking straight up hood talk, and he just he was headed somewhere and trying to get out of town, and he recorded it and he shared it. So at some point we'll get to that. But let me explain what I just received. You use diversity, and then you have a press conference or something. Shot, bro. Yeah. Go on with this, Omar. Then I'd say this later.
He shot, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I swear to God, I watched that shit right in front of my motherfucking face, bro. On everything I love, bro. The police and this man just had a shootout right here in front of my motherfucking face. I'm just coming from the motherfucking laundry, man. I swear to God, smoking my blunt, bro. On everything, I always watch them shoot this man. They go to police right here in the grass shot. They just exchanged fire with each other, bro. On everything I love, bro. Like this shit. Let me move my motherfucking car. Hold on, hold on. Let me move my shit. Wait a minute, hold on. You talking about get out? I just watched that shit unfold. I just watched them change fire, bro. And I'm recording all that shit, bro. On everything I love. I just watched that shit.
And somebody's talking about diversity.
On everything I love. Hey.
The diversity need to be in the damn police department.
Hey, did you see me just call y'all and tell y'all they shooting him? I'm telling you, on here I got witnesses. All these witnesses out here, bro. On everything I love.
Yeah, that's Chicago for you.
Police officers got shot with their own gun.
Yeah, bro, on everything I love, bro.
Now, how many of y'all saw that on the news like that?
I'm standing right here. I swear to God, I just saw all that shit unfold, bro. I'm finna light my motherfucking blunt back. I'm finna light my motherfucking blunt back. I'm finna light my blunt back.
See there? And he ain't.
Girl, I'm sitting here getting high. I just watched the police come through this motherfucking alley and shoot the shit out, buddy. And buddy, I guess he shot back. Bro, they just look, bro. They just said change fire right in front of me, girl. I swear for living God, Joe. This shit crazy.
All right, Amara, you can move around.
I'm trying to get it ready and get on my motherfucker.
Now check. That's what people want to hear about. If you want diversity, damn it, put diversity in the police department and put some Negro polices in those colonies where all of this insanity is going. You got all these damn Asians, Hispanics, and white folk working in Negro colony, and then you talking about some diversity. But then you got the test and all of that mess rigged so the Negro can't pass it because you say he got psychological issues or he got credit issues from when his mama used his name and social security number to pay a damn electric bill back in the day before he got grown. And you use that against him. But you bring these creatures into our community, 21 and 20-year-old silly ass kids. And then they get in shootouts because dude in the hood ain't just going. Little boy, who are you? Because you got on a badge and in a blue mucket suit and a gun. Don't talk about the gun. Because, brother boy, you see, that's what should be being discussed at this point in this administration. Not this little fake diversity distraction. It's a distraction. And let me tell you what the real deal is. It ain't diversity, y'all. Yeah, I wrote it down. So for those of y'all to say you don't supposed to, what it is divisiveness. See, I did like I was in school. I looked at it so I could see the symbol, divisiveness. See? That's what this is. That's what that was. Another technique of deception. To do what? To divide the people. You understand? That's what that was. So now you have a so-called press conference or whatever, you meet the press, then you don't have nobody there but the Negro press, so-called people of color. And since you said people of color, I guess it wasn't even all Negroes. It was all people that wasn't white. And then you want to use some sexism and talk about male. Then you want to use some whiteism and talk about racism. Get the hell out of here with that foolishness. You don't give a damn about that. But you want to distract us from your trick of divisiveness and call it diversity. I don't think black folks gonna go for that. I think some of these so-called black folk is beginning to listen and find the rhythm of their ancestors when they was Negro. And now they saying, whoa, no. We gave you a chance. You said we were gonna have change. But what you done did is put a bigger chain around our arms, our legs, and a bigger whip on our back. That's the reality, man. Don't be hating. Don't get all upset. You know what I'm saying? I'm just commenting. But divisiveness, this is what it means. It causes disagreement. All those people that talk, they disagreed with what she was doing as being successful in what she said she was doing. It caused dissension. That's what it is. Now, she's trying to put dissension between the white press and the Negroes who has been excluded from advertising and everything else. So it really ain't no Negro press. They got one or two radio stations, but they really controlled by white folk. Really ain't got no newspaper no more. They try to make like they doing something on social media. That ain't no newspaper. Get out of here. You know what I mean? That's what they did to you. They ate you up and they ran you out. And you're gonna sit here because you mad and you pouting, and they say that Lightfoot canceled her subscription with one of the newspapers. So now you got this. So maybe, and she like to say you being petty woo 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 when you don't agree with her, from what I hear and what I read. So some folks will say that's petty. You canceled your subscription because they wrote something you didn't like. And now you're having a press conference talking about diversity, but you ain't talking about that. You really are talking about one thing, but your actions show that you're creating dissension, disagreement, division among not only the media, but people, period. See, what I do is this. I don't read no comments on social media about anything I do. Why? Because I don't give a damn what you got to say. You understand that? I ain't gonna let your negativity or your so-called praise affect me one way or another. And you already know. I ain't stopped talking about it yet. But Mara can tell you, I've been talking about this piece of paper for damn near 6 months. Why? Because somebody I have known for damn near 50 years took it up on themselves to tell me how they wouldn't dare say that's what it was, but that's what it was. You're going to sit here and tell me how unprofessional, or how this, that, and another look because I got a piece of paper, and because I'm doing this, and because I'm doing this, and because you think I got false teeth. I know. But she called me because she known me for a long time. And you say she didn't mean no harm. You know what you do. So whether they mean harm or not, she need to be like me. Don't read it. But you need to have it there so you don't have to have this type of stunt. Because now what you've done is instead of pulling off the stunt, you got people looking at you saying, damn, that was silly as hell. That's right. But she wasn't no politician. She was just a what? Prosecutor. That's all. And that's how she been acting. And this ain't just about her. This is about the psychology of these politicians. Understand? Oh, well, the election will be here soon. I pray to God and hope that the ancestors and those over the courses of life allow me to be here through all of this. Because I'm going to tell you, when I really started this campaign on the other medium, I've been at CAN TV for a long time. And, I'm cool with just doing CAN TV, really. And when I ain't at the other medium, and, I'm going to try to be at CAN TV until I ain't here. That's just how it is. Because like I said before, this is something that we do. My daddy, as long as I knowed him, until he died, he had a radio show. The title changed over the years, but he had a radio show. That goes in us. And in our family, there's 3 people, 3 generations of doctors. So I know I look like what you don't expect. Don't get it twisted. This is what we do. You understand? And I said it before. I mean, everybody was preachers, pastors. One side of their family, my granddad and them, were quartet singers. Boy, they could sing, boy, we. Now the generation, now they sing. And their kids are preaching. And they because we the elders now. But if I was down south, I'd still be doing what we do. I have a radio show, and if they had something like cable, I'd be doing that, and I might preach a little bit every now and then. Because I ain't down south, I'm going to sit right here. And I got too much stuff, African stuff, to go back to Ghana. Lord knows I want to go back to Togo or Ghana and stay. What I'm going to do with all my stuff? They sent me there to bring it to America, and now I'm going to try to get it back there. Hell no, I'm not going to let them damn white folk take my stuff and give it to some other white folk talking about it's in a museum, or let somebody take it somewhere and sell it. Hell no, I got to stay here with it. And when my time come to leave, I just put it in the damn ground or wherever with my remains, my ashes. But I'll be damned if I'm going to let some white folk confiscate some stuff that I'm trying to take back somewhere that I brought here. Feel me? You say, what that got to do with the program? None of your damn business. But I just figured you needed to understand that when you look at folks and trying to figure out what we're doing, don't. Try to figure out how to get some information that you didn't know and some clarity. That's what that got to do with this. Woman called me the other night. She said, and that's once again, she's known me long enough to have my number. We used to be co-workers. She said, Doc, I just got through looking at that show, that 3-part show, and I didn't take no interruptions, man. I was impressed. And it was almost 9 o'clock. She said, I know you're a senior citizen. You shouldn't go to bed. I said, you right. But I heard what she said. She said she looked at the whole thing over 3 hours. Me and Omari sit here and we trying to figure out, whew, that's like going to a movie. And I know I ain't looking at nothing for no 3 hours. When I looked at it, hell, I didn't know it was 3 hours. I looked at the whole thing. They ain't trying to brag. That's just saying. Now, the reason we are talking like this today is simply because of the fact that we need to be clear. And as I look at some of these programs and I look at my energy level, I need to let the spirit flow in a way that is clear and not try to be correct for your acceptance. You understand? Sometimes look like, when I look at it, look like I do be holding back because I be trying to do something that you might be comfortable with. No, feel me and believe me. I really don't care about all that. I don't. But I care about it, you getting this information. Now the next thing there, Omar, here's that piece. I think that was that piece. Whatever piece that is, show that, Omar. But that's it. That's down at the bottom. But it'll show something that's happening in our community. We'll make that work.
Okay, I see you, shorty. She got a little something on her. Yeah, I'm not a perv though. I'm just in a little gas station.
Thank you.
Oh, hey, shorty.
No, sorry, I'm leaving.
Hey, nah.
I have a boyfriend.
It's not about.
I'm not on that. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. She's saying she's not on that. I wasn't even on that neither. I'm trying to help her out. She left her fucking purse in here. That's cool. I don't like being disrespected like that. Oh, okay. Hey, let me get 20 on 12 over there.
Sure. Sir.
Excellent. Cool. Appreciate you.
Now, I just want you to pay attention because this is what we are faced with, and one of the reasons our communities.
You left that bag inside.
No, you could have told me a long time ago.
I was trying to tell you inside there. Hey,
What's going on with yours? What was she talking about?
it don't even matter. Hey, look, cuz. Here,
What's up?
it's some bread. Take that.
Now, I just want you to just pay attention.
For what?
This is real life.
We just hit a
Although it's a stunt, they probably had already did this and they all are working together, but it makes a point of what's happening in the community. This is where you new generations are.
Hey,
There's a lot of
I'm busy.
teaching in this
I'm
video.
not on that. I'm not on that.
Bro, what did she do? She chasing the car, bro?
I don't know. It's time to go.
Bro, she's chasing the car, bro. Go this way. Go, bro. She's coming, bro. Oh shit. She's coming, bro. Go.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
Bro, what is she on? Bro, go, bro. What did you do to her, bro?
I don't even know
Turn
where
right
she
here.
is, G.
Oh, you obviously know where she is. She's
It don't matter, my nigga. We good.
All right, Omar, I think they got the point.
Bro, what'd you do?
Now, let me tell you something.
Bro, what'd you do to her?
My daughter asked me the other day. She said, and I heard other people say it. She said, sometimes I don't think you like women. I said, no, it ain't that I don't like women. I just don't like the damn games they play. I don't. See, that was a game. And that's why in our community, in our colony, that's what we are, y'all. This dude was trying to tell Slick, you left your bag. on the floor. He knew that was a mistake. But she thinks she's so much. She all this and that. She can't even give him the respect of listening because she think he's trying to catch. Because she thought she was all that with that fake hair and fake booty. So she was such a bolt
as a pet.
BMW with her body made wrong behind. That in the end she got dissed. And she lost. Now he wasn't right because he took the money. He should have just left the bag. That's what I would have did. Back in the day, I would have said something. I wouldn't have said nothing because I would already knew what she was going to do. I just left it there. I was told to do it at the cash register. You might want to tell OG that she done left the bag here. But she did exactly the reason my daughter say, you act like you don't like women. I don't like their attitude. I don't like their behavior. Because they think they all that now, and males have just went for it. If it's a female, you want to make her a goddess, and she's just supposed to run everything. You see what happened? And that's why he dissed her. Now she want to run to the window because she done figured the money gone. He wouldn't have took the money had you took the bag. But because you dissed him, he stole. And he was wrong for that. He was wrong for that. But it's the attitude. The attitude. You can't even be friendly. You can't even be polite with each other. And that's what's happening in our neighborhood. And then somebody want to talk about diversity. No, that's what we see. You done pumped up these females' minds until they all think they so much that you can't even help them. Because they know they don't need a man. All they need is a toy or each other. Because freaking now is without a man unless it's 3 or 4 of them in there together. And what do that make all 3 or 4 of them? Don't make them a man. Don't make them a woman. It just make them another animal. Go on, man. Let's go. Because folks, and I don't mean that to you, Omari. I'm just saying, because I can see right now the spirit I got going today, man, this thing here going to be sort of hard. So listen, look at this one. I'm going to just let the spirit guide this. Listen to this here.
There was a woman who had a snake as a pet, a python, which she loved so much. The snake was around 4 meters long and looked healthy. However, one day, it just stopped eating. The lady got desperate. She tried everything she thought the snake would like. Still, the snake refused to eat. The woman took her loving pet to a vet as a last resort. The vet listened to her story carefully and asked the woman whether the snake sleeps with her at night, wraps around her, and whether it tends to spread out throughout its length. The woman beamed with joy and replied, "My pet python just can't sleep without me." However, since the time the poor thing has stopped eating, it stretches itself all through the night. I think it's in real discomfort. Please do something. What the vet told her shocked her to death. Basically, the python wasn't sick, but it has been preparing itself to eat her instead. He explained that each time the snake used to creep and wrap around the lady's body, it was actually checking her size and weighing how great a meal she was and how prepared it has to be prior to the attack. Speaking of the reason for its refusal to eat, it was actually making enough space so that it is easier to swallow and digest its next meal, the lady herself. The moral of this story is that sometimes it is difficult to identify people's true intentions. Just because someone close to you is hugging and kissing you doesn't necessarily mean that his or her intentions are good.
I ain't got nothing to say about that. Use your own mind and figure it out. What else you got, Amari? But why were you showing whatever you're showing? See, can you find that piece with that young girl? Because this is something that's happening every day. This young girl in the room, getting ready to creep on dude that did what they doing all the time. He brought her somewhere, and then she encouraged him to go to sleep. And then, when I say brought, flew her in, and then she going to decide to creep out. That's another game. But we're going to be mixing in some of these reality games that's happening in our colony that show why the deception is one of the things to keep the disunity. You understand? So while this is coming, this is a good piece here because this is something that will allow us to talk about not only the West Side Heroin Opioid Task Force, but some other issues. This is a piece here that hopefully you see. This is where we are, y'all. Look at it. What it is. And that's why back in the day, LaShawn Ford convened what is called the West Side Heroin Opioid Task Force, because although it's about heroin and opioid, it's more than about heroin and opioid. It's about the energy in the universe. That was even before the pandemic, but now with the pandemic and the gas gimmick, it's going to become even worse. Now let's show some other pictures that will show you something that we need to pay attention to. Now, if you could go back some and just start off with the pieces that show the piece where people are addicted to this device. See that? So, okay. That's what they do now. They can't do their kids because they're too busy doing what? Kids is on one side on the device, and the parents on the other side on the device. And now this one here, the other head in the device. And at the end of the day, that's the end of your life. This is where we are. See that line of division? All I'm saying, that's where we are. So when a person I'm saying politician, that everybody's sleeping, everybody's being deceived, they are absolutely right. Because that device has become an addiction. Understand? Look at it. What a shame. How small humans have devolved to. All right, we can get off of that. They get the flavor. That's what they're obsessed with. Devices. Looking at themselves. Trying to keep up with so-called social media. The biggest trick was ever let loose upon the mind of the masses. They so sleep that after my generation, they all think that God was nothing more than an IG. Instead of saying God, they'll be saying, oh, IG, show me. Oh, IG, help me. That's what they're going to be saying. Ain't going to be no God like we thought God was a spirit. Some of y'all was stupid enough to think that God was just in Jesus. They ain't gonna even think God is nowhere but in their hand on their device. Matter of fact, they won't even have it in their hand on their device. It'll already be a barcode built into their system that the system has put into their body. They'll have a bump on their body somewhere, and all they got to do is just scratch the bump. And the portion is, and the sluicing and oozing of that garbage would be their feed. They showed you movies about that all the time. All right, Lamar, let's go to something else. Preferably something else with more substance. We can come back to some of this distraction foolishness, but the distraction foolishness is part of what we own. And don't go to that part, those pieces at the end, Lamar, is for part 2. Let's just stay up because we still got a lot of stuff here. The piece that I really would like for you to find, and then we get back on order because this will become the piece and we just go down from it. We already did it, I ain't on that. We did with Lightfoot. We ain't got to that female trying to creep, so that you find that would be good. We dealt with the African relationships. Yeah, I want to see that piece with that African relationship, because that's another thing that's happening here. There's a little skit that them Africans are doing. Yeah, that one. I want to see that. Yeah, we're going to take time and show you this, because this is happening in your house. But there's some things in this that I'm going to expound upon, and you're going to see for yourself. Show this one, Amari.
This woman will lock the door. Bibiana! 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 What is this, Bibiana? What is this? Every time I come home of late, I've noticed that each time I come home, it will take 3 hours to open the door.
No, I'm sorry. You know, I've been fasting and praying for both of us. I'm sorry, I've been sleeping.
Both of you is who? You and your father. Is that why you should be locking this door? Each time I come home, I will do this thing.
Do you want me to leave the door open? Eh? Can't you see that everywhere is...
Bibiana,
What is it?
who owns this and who owns that?
What?
It's not what, I'm talking about cloth. What is this?
Which cloth?
Who owns this trouser, Bibiana?
What is it?
This trouser.
Which trouser?
Who owns this trouser?
Nah, this is your trouser now. And why are you asking me who owns this trouser? Eh?
Yeah. You want to hide it? Even if you stand on top of it.
What am I hiding?
This will be mine too. Come, wait, move away. This is mine.
Nice. I saw them outside when it wanted to rain, and I now brought all of them in. It's because of the child, that was why I kept it careless. Oh, my husband, this is... Why are you looking for my trouble this afternoon? I've been fasting and praying and taking care of the child. Did I do any bad thing to bring the dress inside for you again?
Okay.
I don't want problems.
These are my clothes, and you have nothing to be telling me that these are my clothes. When I've picked them, I've caught you.
No.
Do I have two
How can you
red caps?
just forget easily? This is your dress. Eh? Do I wear men's dress? This is your dress now.
Hi! What kind of a woman are you? I got you and you're still denying in my face. I feel like squeezing you now.
I don't want problem this afternoon. I'm tired. I'm very weak. If you want to eat, let me go and bring something for you to eat.
Why did I become this short? And why did I become this large? Even the two of us, if we get to where our 4 legs will enter here, and you're telling me it is mine. As tiny as I am. Bibiana, you're trying to award me these clothes by force, that they are mine. Bibiana!
The child has been crying since now. He has been crying.
Alright, Bibiana, I'm taking this to the native doctor. Whoever has this thing, his manhood will shrivel. Whoever owns this thing, his manhood is going to not only shrivel. The person that he has gone on top will die instantly. I'm saying it. Go and get ready.
You just want to waste your time, your money and everything. There is no need going to a native doctor. This is your dress. Anyway, Sha, if you like, you go. If you still go, they will still confirm it that it's
kind of a woman.
What can't allow us to have peace in this house?
You! Don't worry. I will take this in. The whole village will see this.
How can you say you go and show Muna this dress? You'll be going to meeting with them with this, or wearing this dress. So you're just going
I will start by calling on Muna. And they will tell me who owns this. You're in trouble, you don't know. You're in trouble, you don't know. Who will come? Don't worry.
Don't go that big problem.
Let me make fuck of myself.
Leave it
like that.
Where my husband?
Do you know? I have not remembered. Do These are my clothes. Hey, they are my clothes.
That shall never end.
You know, I forgot. When I got these things, there was a time they come. That was before I married you. I was so fat. And because of that, the people kept me miserable. Hey, I'm a very stupid man. I don't
No,
mind.
you are not stupid. I know you forgot. I know.
Yes.
I
Yes.
know.
Even this cap. All those, I want you to bond them for me.
I should do what?
The two of them. They bring bad luck. That was why, for a long time, have you seen me wear them? Because they bring me bad luck. Yeah? So bond the two of them. Bond them. Even look at this one. When I was in the, what do you call it? The also, you know, before you go to also, you have to do the Ibuchi. And this was the card they gave me. Bond all of them for me, my dear. I don't need any one of them.
Are you serious?
Bond them. I don't want to see anything of that time. I was too fat.
I can keep it somewhere or dash it to one of you.
No, bond them. Just keep it. Bond it. Bond it complete.
You said I should go.
Just bond it. You see, I don't want those old memories. Bond them, yeah. I don't move it to.
My money. Hey, my money, the money AGK gave me to repair his house. Oh, hey, what am I going to do? I know that I talk and say this woman go throw me left for outside one day. Hey, oh my God, what will I do now? Hey.
What is going on? It's all well? Huh? Are you hearing me, Oji?
I'm just exercising.
Exercising yourself?
You don't know how much you pay this person. I'm training for the next Olympic.
Is that why you are wearing almost your underwear?
Amari, we can move on to something else. Let me do
Sportswear.
the commentary and we'll be on this. That's enough. Now, see, you know we did a couple of programs and we was using the animals, the human, looking at animal nature, animal instinct, heathen nature, human nonsense. So part of what I'm doing is trying to use different methods to communicate what some of our problem is. Not only as a race, because that's in Africa, but especially in the Negro colony. What you just saw. That's real. So don't be saying, why he using this? This is garbage. Nigga, if you think this is garbage, move around and use another station. I use whatever in the hell I want to use to make whatever point I want to use with retro current team. Teach. Train. You understand? Educate. Advocate. Mentor. This is teaching. Because you need to be taught what you are doing. And words ain't enough. So we will use these methods to get your attention, and hopefully your own brain will understand the message. You understand that? So don't sit here and say, man, if I want to see this, nigga, you ain't seeing this. That's why I'm showing it to you. That whole game there is a game that made the Negro family dysfunctional here. The game she played. He's supposed to be so stupid that he don't know what's going on. See? Gonna just sit there and play him like a fool. I could talk all day on all of the other stuff that could have happened there. But I'm gonna jump forward at the part that I really like. Where the man was a man. And he left his emotion. And he told her what he was going to do. He did. That's in Africa. It used to be in the Negro colony. He said, I'm going to take all of this to the spiritual man. That's going to be part 2. I'm going to just leave it there. Spiritual man. The spiritual person could be a man or a woman. And they going to do something with these clothes and whatever was wearing them because they sure ain't mine. This is what's going to happen to them. Then her whole attitude changed. She thought she was clever. She was sort of like that snake for a while there. She thought she was just, well. That was his wife. So this little story we saw said. Then when he looked and he put his hand in the pocket, he saw that big old wad of money. All right, Slick, you can be right. All that money, whatever you was doing, just burn the clothes. Because he got the money. Just like the one with that little gal that thought she was all that and left the bag in the room. Same flavor. She lost the money. This Slick here, because she thought she was so clever, she lost a stack. But at the end of the day, he's still going wherever he was going and have somebody to do something to her and old naked boy. You see? Say, what they got to do with it? Nigga, just because you ain't used to this type of teaching, don't just discount it. And if you discount it, it ain't no diss to me. But if you look at it, you're going to learn. Now you finna see something that I witnessed on one of my first trips to Ghana. This is real. This, what you finna see here, is happening right now in many parts of Ghana, Togo, Benin, Nigeria, Africa, period. This old raggedy truck. But this is how they'll transport it. It is, in this day and time. And the trucks, play this, Omar, so people can see how blessed they are over here. You're always complaining about stuff.
What's the one man is the now, what I didn't when the bus stop now.
Now I want you to watch this. This is real life. I've seen stuff like this over there.
What happened? What happened, Master Adi?
The bricks. The bricks.
All right, Omar, we can move from that one. They get the point. The brakes.
Are you injured?
Now, let me tell you what the point of this is. Now, that man that was driving, he's under the spirit or a certain deity. Yes, he is. He know that. Those people that was on that truck, man, they was running because they knew that something mighty wrong had happened. Now let me just say this here, y'all. That was serious. But that's how they travel. I've been in situations like on that bus. That's how we travel, man. I mean, it'd be so, you talking about you was packed like sardines on that slave ship. That's how they move every day. It is. That is. On vehicles that you know should have been in the junkyard 100 years ago. He was driving, and he knew he didn't want no good brakes. He was checking the tire. But he had all of those people's lives in his hand. But there's a balance. Somebody, sure enough, was under the power of God. They know that. That's how they dealt with it. They forgot where they was going. They didn't care. Wherever they was going, they just ran in all directions. They said, hell no, we ain't going to be on this bus. Because they knew. So they ran off and left everything. See, there's a lot in that. But the spiritual piece up under it, I ain't going to speak on it because you so spooky and silly. I'm not going to tell you about that. I ain't going to talk to you about that. Not at all. And the last piece on that, I was over there and we were traveling from one place to the other on the highway. There ain't no whole lot of stores in the hospitals nowhere. And here we are way off into Africa. And there was a bus. It was a modern bus. That damn bus had an accident. And when I got on that bus, and when I looked out there on the ground and saw all of them dead people, I ain't never seen nothing like that before. All of those people, just dead. Laying out there in the hot sun. For hours, because they ain't like here, the ambulance all over the place. But I know you would never get that close to Africa, so I wanted you to see how they really live in some places. But now some of them got motorized and all type of high-class vehicles. But some of them live like that. And the only thing they got to get them through is their belief in their spiritual, ancestral tradition. Here we are in North America, and we don't believe in nothing but a lie. And if it got anything to do with Africa, you don't want to hear it. And that's why I don't say too much to you about it. Now, we're going to skip this piece with Minister Farrakhan. We're going to put that in part 2 if we have enough energy left to do it. I don't even know if I'm going to have enough energy left to get to part 2. Because part 2 is intense. This part here has been more intense than I expected. But now, let's go back to that little gal with her little game. Little game. Now, she going to play dude. But listen to this, because this is happening all over the city. I hear females telling this story every day. And they have so little respect for males, they all talking about it, and the male is just what? The joke. Play this, Amar. Because it's one of this gal. I just sent that piece. You had it a while ago, that little old gal standing in that little dress. But we ain't going to look at this piece you got up there. We ain't looking at that. Now the one with the little girl. One of the little naked girls standing in the middle of the floor. And I sent that just a minute ago, and I just saw it a minute ago. I sent it again. Then we almost be through with this section in a little bit. But some of this stuff I need to get done to tie these knots. Yeah, that one there. Yeah. Run that. Because that fit with the one from Africa. And that fit with the one from the service station.
What's going on? Huh?
Sorry, I forgot to tell you that my friend invited me out.
You forgot to tell me, huh? And I'm asleep. How you forget to tell me, huh?
Because you were sleeping, I didn't want to wake you up.
You didn't want to wake me up, huh? But I flew you out with me. Why didn't you tell me this earlier?
Don't feel like that. I was just gonna go see my friend.
That don't make no sense. It's 12:30 in the middle of the night.
Girl I haven't seen in like years.
But why didn't you tell me this earlier while we were out eating? at a 5-star restaurant.
She just came up with it. Like, she didn't know if she was available.
So when I go to sleep, you get up and you get dolled up. You weren't even looking like this earlier today, and now you ready to go and kick it with your friends. That don't make no sense to me. And I flew you out here.
Why do you keep saying
Now these are the silly games they playing
I'm
as we
saying that
speak
because
here.
I feel some type of way. Look at how good you're looking. You're looking
Yeah, but
fabulous.
because like you were sleeping and we came out of town to have fun. Why? Are you
Okay,
sleeping?
let me see the phone then.
Why do you want to see my phone?
Because
you're not even my man to want to see my phone.
Well, why the
But
hell
I
did she
flew
come
you
on
out
this
here
ticket?
You're not
to
my
kick it
man.
with me. I didn't fly you out here to go and kick it with your girls.
Now you want to see my phone?
Is there a problem with that?
You're not my man.
Why did you fly out with me then if I'm not? I'm not saying I'm your man. I understand that. But I'm just saying it. Do I really got to explain myself?
I'm just gonna
no. Can I do one thing? Just let me see your phone then. Let me see. So which friend is it? Why didn't you tell me about this over dinner?
It's my homegirl.
So let me see your phone.
I told you I have friends here, right?
Let me see your phone.
I'm not gonna let you see my phone. That's not.
Oh,
that's
you
not
ain't gonna let me see your phone, huh?
No.
Well, why not?
Because that's my privacy.
If it's just your friend, let me see your phone. I just want to see. So is she
am
picking you up?
Am I asking you to use your phone?
Is she picking you up?
Yes.
So let me see your phone. I just want to see confirmation.
No.
I just want to see confirmation.
She's gonna drop me off. I'm gonna take an Uber there.
Wow. You think I'm boo-boo the fool, don't you?
I'm not saying that. Like, just because you're thinking, just because you brought me here, you want me to just stick with you?
No, you've been here less than 24 hours.
But you're over here sleeping the whole time. Like,
What do you mean we just ate a 5-star dinner?
It's a nice night outside. It's good to have
Why didn't you say let's do something earlier then? You just said we were going to. You told me before I went to sleep, let's just go to sleep.
I didn't want
You
to
were convincing me let's go to sleep. That's why you kept feeding me the shots that we got.
No,
But in 1942, yes. You know what? I see what's going on. I see what's going on. You know what? You can just get your stuff. Go kick it with your friend and don't come back. Yeah, pack your stuff.
You want me to get my stuff?
Yeah, get out of here. You think I'm boo-boo the fool? Yep, gone. Yeah, beat it.
I see the type of person you are now.
Oh wow, I've been seeing what type of person you is. You think I'm boo-boo the fool? You trying to do that goofy stuff? Yeah, beat it.
All right, Amara. I think they get the point.
Think I'm boo-boo the fool, huh?
Yeah, I know you don't like it. I don't give a. That's the game, y'all. They doing that every day. That's what's happening. That's what our lives have become. These new generations, that's the game they play. That's just like the piece you saw in Africa. Female think a dude is so damn stupid. And no, I love and respect women like any other respectable man. I do. But I despise how society has allowed these stupid games to just get out of hand. That little game there, that little silly girl, let dude fly her somewhere, play the game with him, and he pop her in the game, but he was Hispanic sound like. Had he been a Negro, he probably would have did something terrible to her. That's what your daughter is doing. That's what your mama is doing. That's what you're doing. That's what your granddaughter is doing. You know what I'm saying? That's what's happening, y'all. But she probably left some kids. Because I listened to my daughter. She's 40. And I listened to how she talked to her friend. The language. That whole new culture that they got. That's what they do. And then you wonder why the society, the colonies are so dysfunctional. Because our people are living a fantasy life. At least she didn't have no bought body parts that we could see. If she did, hell, she didn't spend a lot of money on them because she sure wasn't highlighting it. Yes, there's a message in that. And the message in that is part of the learning that we as a community, we as a Negro group need to pay attention to. All of this foolishness that you see in this show today is exactly why we're in the condition that we're in. That's why we got people that can tell us it's about diversity, but when it really ain't nothing about nothing but deception. That's what it's about. But because we have allowed ourselves to get caught up in this foolishness through social media and all these other distractions, we finna end up back on the plantation. So yes, this stuff look like some soap opera stuff. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it looked like garbage to you, yeah. And yeah, I'm playing it so it can be in your face, so maybe you'll slow down, sitting there, looking at it, and say, oh, y'all, we gotta stop this. This is foolishness. This is buffoonery. This is how we live. The game and the level of disrespect that the female have for the male, and the male have a whole lot of disrespect for the female. But now the roles have been switched. The female is the pimp, and the male is the boy. He stay with her. She take care of him. Grown but male creature. If he ain't at his mama house, his grandmama house, then he going from woman to woman to be at their house. And you raise them little bastards like that. And now the government, we might get to this, so we're going to get to it. Government finna give you some more money for these little rascals that you raising for this type of buffoonery. That's ridiculous. Omari, find that piece where that pregnant woman is in that stove and these damn Asian, look like Indian, are disrespecting her. That happens every day in our community too. Yes, I'm going to put it in your face. Because this is what's happening in your community. Watch this. Listen to this. That's a black, sooner or later, to be mother. Damn, where's the volume? Turn that thing up if it'll go up, Omari. I can't hear it.
Baby daddy!
Like, oh, shit, what's wrong with you?
Baby daddy!
What baby daddy? Did he get you pregnant, bro?
Yes!
Nigga, you look like a whole nigga. What the
But he hit me from the back.
Hit you from the back.
Oh,
You don't
God.
get shit from your ass.
Oh,
nigga.
God!
The fuck? Man, get your crying ass out of here.
No, I'm not.
Yo, what's wrong with this dumb ass American?
Baby daddy, can I have some money?
He said he'll fuck you up. Get out the store, bro. Yo, get out the store, yo. Yeah, you can have the beer. Get the fuck out the store.
Why?
No, fuck, I've never seen a guy pregnant.
I'm a grown ass man.
I know, and you're pregnant, nigga.
Can I come home tonight?
Baby, you might have your fucking
Can I
baby.
come home tonight?
The fuck up. Yo, get out the store, bro. Just get the fuck out the store.
Please?
Get out the store. Huh? I never knew who was.
Baby daddy!
Yo, stop with your
Baby
fucking
daddy!
spam, nigga. Get out the store. Give me my beer. Get the fuck out the store. Get the fuck out the store, yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, fucking bitch. Lying ass bitch. Get out the store, yeah, bitch.
All right. Oh, yeah. She walked in and she said, baby daddy. The boy that jumped over the thing probably was the baby daddy. But now this administration, Biden, them want to bring thousands, millions of these bastards into our community. And he's calling a nigger and everything else. Yeah, she got problems. You can tell that. Pregnant. And she, like many of y'all, you want to have relations with these creatures that treat you like that. You go in there and freak with them, you get pregnant so you can have a light skin, straight hair. And then that's how he feel about you. And she even in that piece, you want me to come over tonight? But he's the baby daddy. Yeah, until she got pregnant. See? But that's what you do. That's how you act. See, man, why you so hard on the female? That's reality, dude. Don't blame me. Because the Spirit have brought these things to me to present here to you to help you wake up. You understand? Back to the beginning. I might not be in a damn pulpit, but I am sitting here and I ain't preaching. I'm just bringing you something that speaks louder than my word. And that is, this is what's happening in your community. This is what they want to do. They want to bring millions or more people like those people that are already in our neighborhoods that treat our women like that. That's right. That's right. That's your daughter. That's your woman, dude. And she gonna tell you it's your baby. And your ignorant, stupid, kiddish mind itself gonna believe it. You can see she deranged. She probably wasn't always deranged. She wasn't too deranged for a boy to pop her off. See? But he's supposed to probably be some Muslim or some whatever in the hell he's supposed to be. But that's happening all over the Negro colony in America. Where these creatures, like when that mess was in the street behind that dude getting killed in Minneapolis, had these type of creatures here standing on top of buildings right over there on 73rd or 72nd and Stony Island in front of the Nation of Islam, standing up there with guns like they was over in their damn country. But let a nigga have a shotgun or a rifle to protect his family. The police are coming in and killing him. They allowed these people to stand on buildings in broad daylight in public view. That's how they do it. But let you try to exercise any constitutional stuff that gives you the opportunity to protect yourself, they kill you. They let these people come in here. They can kill you when they get ready. They can take your women and they can call her nigger. And he was so embarrassed, he followed out in the street. We didn't see that. He probably took her out there and tried to kick that baby out her gut because he was embarrassed. Because he's the one that popped her off. Now, Amari, show me these two with these two young black girls. One of them shooting a target and the other shooting in the bush. Now, why? Because I need you to understand. Understand what is happening. You need to see this. Yeah, boy, ladies, they right behind each other, Amari. Good. That's what your daughter should be doing other than walk around shaking her little behind with her little naked behind. She should be learning how to do this here.
But I want you to shoot without using your sights because you don't really have time to look through your sights, especially at night. So your grouping is good. See that? I usually get it from a straight line. Just had to chop this one.
There was no call for no commentary no more than that's what you need to be doing. Teaching your daughter. White folks teaching their children to do that. Show the other one with the girl out there in the bush, you know, out there shooting as she run down the little roadway. I'm gonna send you this here piece. Now, yeah, show that, Omar. That's what I need. Damn it, I'm gonna show y'all today. Out here playing. Ain't nobody playing with y'all.
Safety? All right, you got one more out there. Go over to the log. There's one right here. Look. You see it? All right, go to the next one. Put on safety.
See, that's good. They're being taught. Boys running around killing each other in the streets, but now somebody is teaching the girls how to do something that might be necessary to save the whole family and the whole colony. Every Negro man in this country should be treating and training their children to do what these two people are doing with their daughters. It ain't to go out and be aggressive, but you do need to be able to defend yourself.
Good shot. Safety. Safe.
All right, Amara. Now, these two pieces don't call for a whole lot of commentary. And while I'm running my mouth, Amara, see can you find that piece where that girl down there had to cut her braids out of her hair? If you can find that piece, you know, we want to show these people that, because that just goes to show you that nothing really changes. And then we're going to come back and do the last two pieces and be through with this section. But the bottom line is, yeah, that piece was Young Turks. Them the one doing that.
Ease and time.
Yeah, that's one. And that's why them girls was out there learning how to shoot. So they can stop that guy.
Like she'd worn it in previous games, when an umpire told her she had to either remove the beads or sit the game out.
A teenager in North Carolina says she felt humiliated when she had to cut her braids to stay in a high school softball game.
16-year-old Nicole Piles, who had already stepped up to the plate and hit a double, faced ejection by the umpires in her second at bat unless she removed her hair beads.
Actually, I had the braids in for 4 games prior. That was the 5th game. But on that day, April 19th, I did play a full inning. I had hit a double because I'm top of the lineup. We were leading at the time when they had brought it up at the top of the 2nd, saying my beads were issued. So my team had took some of the bands I had on my ponytail, right around the bottom, and stuffed them into my sports bra. Then I went out to go play and got our 3 outs, and then I came back in to hit again. Then this is when they say, well, the beads are a safety issue, it's a rule, so I had to take them out. So they said either you take them out or you sit out. And so I made this decision that I was going to remove my beads and I was going to play my game.
Let's stop here. This is humiliating and discriminatory. It reminds me of this. In 2018, when wrestler Andrew Johnson in the state of New Jersey was told he could not compete if he didn't cut his locks. Although Johnson ended up winning his match, it was bittersweet. The forced haircut was mandated by Alan Maloney, a white referee. Maloney has been under review previously for his alleged use of the N-word.
It's going to be with me for the rest of my life, but it's not going to ruin the game of softball for me.
Nicole says it was humiliating having to cut off her braids, the only way to remove those beads.
This will never change how I feel about my face, my body, my hair, none of it.
My child wasn't protected. How can they see the pain that they cause through these children's eyes, through black people's eyes? They can't.
Nicole's father, Julius, speaking here with ABC News. There's a lot to dissect, but first, as I've done before and mentioned before, listen to some Solange, read the lyrics, and leave black people's hair the hell alone. What ticks me off the most is the umpires and the opposing coach were following a rule that is discriminatory and wrong. I mean, look at the company braids are in. Plastic visors and bandanas. You already know what's going on. I felt embarrassed, and I most definitely felt disrespected, Piles told the Southern Coalition for Social Justice this week. I just felt like the world was staring at me. Why me? And here's the thing. This was the final home game of the season. The point of contention came during that 2nd inning when one of the opposing coaches, whom Piles described as a white man, approached an umpire to report that her hair was covering the number 6 on the back of her white and blue jersey, a violation of the rules. However, if we roll back that ABC News piece, her braids do not reach her number 6 on the back of her jersey. So in short, what the hell is this dude talking about?
I want the world to know how I feel as a black man and as a father, that my child had to be ridiculed in order to play a simple game.
Piles told WRAL they snatched some of the beads out of my hair. I felt just so embarrassed and disrespected and just distraught at that point. Now Piles and her family, who described the incident as discriminatory, are asking her school district and the North Carolina High School Athletic Association to enact policies ensuring no other black student athletes face similar repercussions because of their hair. Durham Public Schools, which does not prohibit hair beads in the classroom, condemned the culturally biased and problematic ban on hair beads and called for the association to revise its hair policy. 4 months ago, Durham became one of the first cities in the state to ban discrimination based on hairstyle in the workplace. DPS released a statement late Wednesday citing its support for the policy, though the NFHS, or National Federation of State High School Associations, did not say if the rule would be amended. Executive Director Carissa Niehoff did say the NFHS Softball Rules Committee will address hair beads and other adornments at its annual meeting next month. We will keep you abreast of their decision, hopefully in due time. Their conclusions leans towards progressivism and inclusivity in high school sports.
Well, Amari, if you can, this will be the last piece, the female with the eyelashes, and we're going to end this segment with that. But that piece speaks for itself. We done been there over and over with this hair. And then you wonder why I'm so intense. You wonder why I be amplifying. Hell, if I got to tell you, you ain't got no business looking at me on TV. You don't. That's why.
My phone?
When will it stop? And this buffoonery, show this buffoonery. This is what we own. Oh, it's a video. Run the video, Omar.
Hey, babe. Did you get the picture I sent you? I'm almost ready. Are you coming?
Buffoonery. Your dang on mama.
What do you mean?
Look at that.
I thought you liked when I put lashes, when I do my hair.
Matter of fact, that's a lot of y'all.
And makeup and go big with it. I thought you like it.
Look at
What
you.
do you mean it's too much?
And you think that's natural. That's what the woman has become.
You tripping. Like, seriously, if we go out, I won't be able to look at any other guy, okay? I won't be able to look at any other guy because, you know, these things, they hang so low. No, I mean, think about the benefits, though. Think about benefits. No bug is going to be able to go in my eye and stuff like that. Babe, come on. Ain't going to be... Seriously? I'm almost ready. I just got to put my clothes on now. You should be proud that you will be the only man in the building with a woman that looks this special.
They really think men are stupid. Look at this.
All them girls out there can't even find no lash like this. Okay? I'm the only one with this original look. All right? Come on, man. We're not supposed to be fitting in. Are we supposed to be fitting in? You told me. You give me this advice. Now all of a sudden you want me to fit in? I don't want to fit in, babe. I'm just trying to stand out. I'm trying to be the only woman in the building that all the fellas gonna be looking at and be trying to holler at. Then at that point, you can walk around with a chip on your shoulder and feel like you got the best, most beautiful, most outstanding lady standing out in the house, in the building. You told me you wanted me to look different. You wanted me to stand out. You wanted me to go all out. You want me to look my best. I am a makeup artist. I can do this myself. Can't you see the picture? Scary? Are you serious? Papi, come on. Come on, papi. Okay, since I already got myself looking this good, if you don't want to go, we can just go somewhere where it's just both of us, all right? And take some pictures or something. Seriously? I went all out and really put myself together, and you gonna talk about you're not coming to get me?
Now that's somebody mama and grandmama acting like a 3-year-old.
No, but you're hurting me. You're breaking my heart. You're telling me it looks scary. I'm the same. I even posted the pictures all online and people are liking, people are commenting. Here you are tripping. You coming? Okay. What you mean you're gonna help me make it look better? All right. Thank you. Love you.
Woo!
How can he say I don't look good? How can he say I don't look good?
All right, Amari. Now, yes, sir. I really, truly appreciate Can TV allowing me to be what I would call creative. Because this is the case, pandemic. So, I know they ain't created this to be the way I'm using it. I know that. But I want you to understand, those people that are posting these things on social media, they trying to educate you, even if they don't know it. They showing you what's happening. I just happen to be the type of Negro that's going to take what they showing you, slow it down, and bring it to you and amplify the buffoonery in it. Yeah. They didn't show that stuff for me to be sitting here making commentary on it. But hell, that stuff is good stuff to teach you, to teach and resurrect for the better. That woman there is a damn near typical person in the Negro community. That's a grandmother, but that's what they own. Look at them windshield wipers on her face. They pay $400 and $500 to get lashes put on, mink lashes. And then when they pull them out, that damn Gorilla Glue pull their whole face off. Ignorant. Pull some of that stuff, get in. They don't think. They're trying to be what? That's what they do. No. It ain't that I don't like women. It ain't that I got an issue. My issue is with foolishness. You want to elevate the woman, but look at what she's doing to herself. All they do is call themselves hoe bitches. Bitch hoe. The whole conversation. Bitch, hoe, bitch, hoe, bitch, hoe. That's all they do. That's how they talk to each other. And that's what they talk about, them damn eyelashes. Or the game where you saw that boy, that young man that had brought that female somewhere, paid for her ticket, paid for the hotel, probably spent $500 on food. See? Came in, put him to sleep so she can creep out with somebody she met. Or somebody that was already there and thought he was supposed to be a fool. Or like the piece with the African situation. All of this is real life, although it's on social media. But somebody got to break down not only the subliminal programming and seduction of this foolishness they got on social media that's turning you back into a person of color and stupidity to make you a slave. And be clear. And I don't mean to be disrespectful. But if your mind make you think that that's what I'm doing, that's on your mind. What we are doing here with Retro Current Team is trying to teach, educate, advocate, and mentor to bring us out of the quicksand of damnation. And until next week, Alafia, peace, and good health.